The Gardner Museum Heist, Episode 2, Early Leads and Suspects. Welcome back to Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Nickel of Nickel Investigations. We're diving deeper into our World True Crime Thursday series on the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum Heist, the most audacious art theft ever pulled off. Last week we stepped in the early hours of March 18, 1990. Two men, masquerading as Boston cops, conned their way into a museum that was more palace than fortress. In 81 minutes, they outsmarted woefully inadequate security, bound the guards, Rick Abath and Randy Heston, and vanished into the night with 13 masterpieces. Rembrandt's stormy seascape, Vermeer's priceless The Concert, Degas's delicate sketches, $500 million in art, gone. They left behind empty frames, a stunned city, and a chilling promise. You'll be hearing from us. 35 years later, we're still waiting. Now the hunt begins. Who were these thieves? A crooked guard, a crime lord, a mastermind with a hidden agenda. In Episode 2, we'll unravel the FBI's early efforts, chase tantalizing leads, and meet the suspects who kept investigators guessing. Every clue seems to promise answers, but every trail turns cold. So grab your notepad and let's follow the evidence. This is Early Leads and Suspects. Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast. It's a gripping true crime podcast uncovering unsolved murders, disappearances, and forgotten crimes from Ontario and beyond. Told with deep research, compelling storytelling, and a voice for the victims. Join us today, where every clue could lead to answers, and every case deserves a second look. The investigation begins. It's March 18, 1990, in the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. It's a crime scene frozen in time. Empty frames gape on the walls, canvases slashed out like a gutted masterpiece. The Boston Police Department's on site, sirens wailing, officers cordoning off the Fenway block. But this isn't their case for long. By noon, the FBI storms in. Agents in crisp suits and trench coats, their briefcases signaling authority. This heist, with its $500 million haul and potential interstate or international ties, is federal territory. The art's too valuable, crime too bold, for local cops to handle alone. But the feds are starting with a near-empty evidence bag. Detectives dusted every surface. Frames, doorknobs, a security desk, and found 0 usable fingerprints. The thieves were meticulous, likely gloved, leaving no trace of their hands. The museum security system, as we learned last week, was a relic. Sparse cameras missed the Dutch room, short gallery, and side entrance entirely. Motion detector logs offer a breadcrumb trail, showing the thieves moved through 3 specific galleries, but no faces, no names. Outside, trails even thinner. No tire tracks in the alley. No witnesses in a city still groggy from St. Patrick's Day revelry. The side door's lock is pristine. Rick Abath's decision to buzz the thieves in gave them a free pass. The guards are the first lead. Rick Abath, 23, and Randy Heston, mid-30s, are cut free from basement pipes, duct tape peeled from their faces, leaving red marks and rattled nerves. The FBI sits them down in separate rooms, probing for inconsistencies. Heston's a Boston native, steady hand who's worked the museum for years. His story straightforward but sparse. He was patrolling, saw the cops, and got cuffed. Abath's a different animal. Lanky, long-haired, part-time guard who'd rather be jamming with his rock band. His account's shakier, his eyes darting as he explains letting the thieves in against strict protocol. They were cops, he insists. Badges, uniforms looked real. But the FBI's not convinced. Then comes the bombshell. Security footage from the night before. March 17 at 12:30 a.m. It shows Abath briefly opening and closing the museum's side door. Same one the thieves used 24 hours later. He claims it was routine. A quick check for stragglers or issues. The feds see red flags. Why open the door at all? Was it a signal to accomplices? A rehearsal? Abath sticks to his story, but the tape casts a long shadow. No hard evidence pins him as complicit. No bank records, no confessions. But suspicion clings like damp fog. The FBI's got a high-profile case, a ticking clock, and a guard who's either careless or crooked. Up next, persons of interest. Persons of interest. With physical evidence scarce, the FBI turns to suspects, people with the skills, connections, or audacity to pull off a heist this clean. Boston in 1990 is a hotbed of crime, from street hustlers to organized syndicates. The thieves' precision, fake uniforms, quick execution, specific targets, screams experience. 3 names bubble up early, each with a story that could crack the case wide open. First, there's James Whitey Bulger, Boston's most feared crime lord. If you know the movie The Departed or Black Mass, you got a sense of Bulger. Ruthless, cunning, the kingpin of the Winter Hill Gang. In 1990, he's untouchable, running drugs, extortion, and rackets across South Boston. His reach is vast. Cops on his payroll, informants feeding him intel. $500 million heist? It's a kind of bold play Bulger could orchestrate without blinking. The FBI is intrigued by a wild theory. Bulger might have funneled the art to the Irish Republican Army, using it to bankroll arms deals for their fight in Northern Ireland. Agents tap phones, lean on snitches, and tail his crew. But Bulger's a ghost. He denies involvement through back channels, and no evidence, letters, art sightings, or witness accounts ties him to the museum. By 1995, he's a fugitive, dodging the feds for his own crimes, leaving his role in the heist a tantalizing what-if. He's finally caught in 2011, but the art stays lost. Next up is Brian McDevitt, a con man with a knack for art theft. In 1981, McDevitt pulled a stunt straight out of a heist movie. Posing as a security consultant, he cased a Philadelphia art gallery, disabled alarms, and nearly got away with millions in paintings. The job went south, and he did time. But the parallels of the Gardner heist are eerie. Impersonation, insider knowledge, clean execution. In 1990, McDevitt's living in Boston, a free man, and the FBI hauls him in by 1992. He's cocky, denying everything, but his past makes him a fit. Agents compare his fingerprints to the few smudges at the scene. Nothing matches. They dig into his finances, his contacts. No trail to the art. McDevitt slips away. Another dead end. He dies in 2004 in Colombia, age 43. His secret's buried with him. Then there's Robert Donati, a name that keeps surfacing in Boston's underworld. Donati's a mid-level player in the Patriarcha crime family, a New England mafia outfit. He's no stranger to crime, robbery, extortion. But what puts him on the radar is his tie to Miles Connor, a notorious art thief. Connor's in jail during the heist, serving time for 1975 museum theft. Back in the 80s, he and Donati allegedly cased the Gardner Museum together, eyeing its weak security. By 1990, Donati's still active, and a chilling detail emerges. An associate claims Donati showed off the stolen bronze eagle finial, the Napoleonic flagstaff piece, months after the heist, like a trophy. The FBI's circling, but before they can press him, Donati's found dead in September 1991. His body's in a car trunk in Vermeer, Massachusetts. Stabbed, throat slashed, a classic mob hit. Was it tied to the heist? A deal gone wrong. The feds suspect he knew something, but his murder slams the door shut. Each suspect feels like the answer, but none delivers. Bulger's too big, McDevitt's too clean, Donati's too dead. The FBI's chasing shadows. The 1994 anonymous letter. In 1994, 4 years after the heist, a flicker of hope lights up the case. Typed letter arrives at the Gardner Museum, postmarked New York, no return address. The writer claims to know where the art is, stored safely in a non-common law country, under climate control to protect the delicate canvases. Their price? $2.6 million, full immunity from prosecution. It's a bold move. The museum's director, Ann Hawley, sees a chance to bring the art home. The FBI is brought in, and they tread carefully. The letter's specific. Details about the art's condition. The demand for immunity. It's also cagey. No proof offered. Hawley and the feds craft a response, placing coded ads in major newspapers like the New York Times and the Boston Globe. Using phrases from the letter to signal they're listening. It works. A second letter arrives, promising more details. The writer's spooked. They demand the FBI back off, claiming the media is sniffing too close, possibly tipped off by a leak. Then, nothing. No third letter, no art, no trace of the writer. The FBI scrambles, analyzing letters for fingerprints, paper type, typewriter quirks. Nothing pans out. Was it a genuine offer from someone with the art, or con artists chasing the $1 million reward, which is now $10 million? That $2.6 million demand sticks out, oddly low for a $500 million haul, suggesting either desperation or a middleman out of their depth. The letter's a tease, a glimpse of what could have been. It leaves the museum and the FBI grasping at air. Don't miss a single clue in this unfolding mystery. Subscribe to Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen so you never miss an episode. And after you hear this one, drop by our website or social media to leave a comment. What do you make of that letter? Was Abath in on it? Your theories keep the case alive. Up next, other theories. Other theories. With Bulger, McDevitt, and Donati leading nowhere, the FBI widens the net, chasing theories that range from plausible to outlandish. Could this have been an inside job? Rick Abath's door-opening stunt, caught on tape, keeps him under scrutiny. His laid-back demeanor and breach of protocol raises eyebrows. There's no smoking gun, no sudden cash in his bank account, no confessions from friends. Other staff, curators, janitors are vetted too, but no one else fits. Still, the thieves' precision is uncanny. They knew the museum's layout, dodged a few motion detectors, and targeted specific pieces like Vermeer's The Concert, one of only 34 known works by the artist. Prize no random crook could pick. Was there a tipster inside? Another theory points to a shadowy collector. Picture a reclusive billionaire, maybe in Europe or Asia, hiring pros to steal masterpieces or a private vault. Vermeer's rarity and Rembrandt's fame makes him perfect for a black market trophy case. The FBI checks art world whispers, auctions, underground dealers, but no trace of the paintings surfaces. Stolen art this famous is hard to move. It's like trying to sell the Mona Lisa. Yet the theory lingers, fueled by the Heist surgical execution. Then there's the motive puzzle. The thieves promised to be in touch, hinting at a ransom. But no call comes, no demands, no taunts. If not money, what? A power play? A favor for someone higher up? The FBI even explores political angles. Could the art be tied to international crime, like the IRA theory tied to Bulger? Every idea fizzles. By the mid-1990s, the case is a maze of dead ends. Each theory, a thread that unravels when pulled. By 1995, the Gardner heist is a cold case in all but name. Rick Abass still a question mark, but there's no proof he's dirty. Whitey Bulger's untouchable. Brian McDevitt's a bust. Robert Donati's murder buries his secrets. That 1994 letter? A cruel mirage in a desert of leads. The reward, now $10 million, sits unclaimed, and those empty frames in the Gardner Museum hang like silent accusations. But just when the trail seems lost, a new lead emerges from Boston's underworld. The city's mafia, ruthless, connected, and deep in the game, starts to look like the key. Could they hold the secret to the missing art? That's where we're headed next. Thanks for joining me on Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast. Got a tip in the Gardner heist or any case we cover? Reach out. Till next time, stay curious, stay safe, because every case deserves answers, and every victim deserves justice. Subscribe now to Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast. Episodes available wherever you get your podcasts.